When dogs, cats, and other small animals need medical care, you can easily load them into the car and take them to a veterinarian. However, what do you do if your animals are a herd of 1,200-pound cows? That is where large animal veterinarians, like Melinda McCall, step in. Dr. McCall and other vets throughout Virginia play a vital role in keeping animals healthy and allowing farms to maintain productivity. We went for a ride-along with Dr. McCall to see what a house call entails and discuss the need for more vets like herself.
My name is Melinda McCall. I've been a large animal veterinarian for 21 years. Basically, I got into it because I grew up on a dairy farm, and I really always loved the cattle and working with the cattle, caring for the cattle alongside my dad. And really it just became a passion, and it's what I really woke up wanting to do every morning, so it led me to this career. Biggest joy for me is the people that I meet along my journey and the animals that I'm helping, and I feel like my work is meaningful because I'm working on animals that are in the food supply and that provide us food, provide us clothing, really production animals, and I feel like that's an important job.
Agriculture is hard work, and that is the same for those who support farmers. Being a large animal veterinarian comes with its challenges as well.
This line of work is, it can be a little bit dangerous at times. People put you in a bad situation, or an animal breaks bad, that can be bad. Long hours, but agriculture has long hours. It's really more of a lifestyle than it is a job. But I'm accustomed to that, being from a farm.
While the work is rewarding and ever-changing, there is a massive need for more large animal veterinarians in rural communities.
Definitely less large animal veterinarians than there have been, and more people getting animals, different types of large animals. So that is an issue. We get calls from out of the state even sometimes, and they say, you're the closest person that will work on a goat or a pig or, name the animal. And so we try to accommodate that, but we allow them to bring the animals to us if they're able to. We try to help them find a veterinarian that's closer that might be able to work on the type of animal that they're looking for. But yeah, it seems like there's not enough of us by the amount of phone calls we get and the requests that we get for help.
Early education and opportunities like 4-H and FFA are important to attract the next generation into this field. But for the truly committed, attending veterinarian school like the Virginia-Maryland College of Veterinary Medicine is the real test.
My name is Madison Kogel. I'm a fourth-year food animal tracker here, which means that I will graduate in just a few months. I feel fulfilled when I'm doing this work. That brings me joy. I love to be able to work with producers. I love to be able to work with pet owners, animal owners of all kind of ranges, and work on both the production and companion aspect of things. And I also just love helping and working with animals.
Several factors are affecting the lack of large animal vets in rural communities, as Dr. Jamie Stewart, Associate Professor for Production Management Medicine at the college, explained.
The shortage is caused by a variety of things, and again, loans and money tends to be the big part of it. When you're talking about going into a small animal practice, they offer signing bonuses, higher salaries, and in general better hours. A lot of times there's no emergency hours, whereas you go to a large animal clinic and there's no large animal emergency service around, so you're the one that's seeing those emergencies. I feel like some of the students that I've seen that have gone out to private practice in large animal and left is due to lack of mentorship. They just feel like they didn't have the mentorship they needed. They didn't feel like they were gaining anything from it. They weren't making much money to be able to pay back their student loans, and so they found something else, which most of the time is small animal.
The student debt I'm in, the student debt I know that clinicians that I've worked with are in, even years out in practice, is astronomical.
Veterinary school is very expensive, and us as large animal veterinarians, we can't set our price very high because our producers aren't setting their price, right? So we can't just charge more. That's not the answer for us. So we have to figure out how to make veterinary education more affordable. There is a program through the federal government called the Veterinary Medical Loan Repayment Program, and actually my associate veterinarian is been fortunate to receive some of that money.
So what is the solution to help recruit more people into this field?
You know, we have to find people who want to go back to these communities, that feel a drive to go back to these communities, because those are the ones that are going to stick. So the big thing is, how can we find students within these communities already and offer them scholarships? So for students that otherwise, maybe it's a poor rural community and they couldn't otherwise afford to go to vet school because it is a big financial burden. So can we find them, get them scholarships, and assuming that, you know, they meet all the criteria for entrance, but get them in here and get them graduated so that they want to go back. So that's been a big discussion right there. The other part is, what can we do to encourage practitioners out there to provide mentorship to the students?
I do think we could do a better job of recruiting those young people, and I think that's really where we need to start. We need to start with young people in 4-H, middle school, high school, and really, if we see potential as an agricultural community in some of those young people for veterinary medicine, we really need to try to encourage them down that path and really mentor them along the way. We all got to do our part to encourage. Veterinarians have to be open to having students and taking ride-alongs and letting people have a little experience in this line of work.
The process to become a large animal veterinarian can be arduous and costly, but if you have a passion for this life, it can be very rewarding.
It's not going to be butterflies and rainbows every day, but you are waking up in the morning and making a difference in the world. And so if that's something that people are interested in, and if that's something that they're called to do, I think that it's really important to see those goals through.
Spend all day, every day trying to encourage students to stay in this field. So, you know, if there's any producers out there that get a new vet in the area, give them a little grace, especially if they're new vets, because once you lose them, they're gone. But you guys can always work together, and we're all always learning. So just make sure that you give everybody the chance that they deserve.
To really show them that this can be a career, you know, farming and or veterinary medicine on production animals, you know, because it is, to me, it's very meaningful. And working with these people that are working to make a living and to produce food for all of us, I mean, there's nothing more important than that.
For Real Virginia, I'm Mike Voyak.